better now. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're back on the vet. We got some long tube headers to install, and as you can see, we got some new exhaust tips welded in and some very small mufflers. I'll go ahead and show you guys that. So before we had just some 4-inch rolled tip exhaust tips. So these are actually the what are they called, like the miter double cut or something like that, but these are 4.5 inch. They're a little bit bigger. I think they came out pretty good. And then we got just some little bullet style mufflers. I just took it down to a local shop, had them welded in real quick, just because I didn't want to deal with, you know, all the little cuts and stuff like that. And here is the world's cheapest C6 Corvette long tube headers. So I got these off of eBay. They are OBX brand. And even with all the other stuff that I bought for it, it still came out to less than $800. So that kit came with 4 of these clamps, 2 of those, and then our little donut gaskets, some hardware with springs. Not going to use that. Also not going to use the exhaust gaskets that came with it. So we actually got some MLS ones. These are GM Direct. And then also we got some 12-point ARP hardware. Now you might be saying that's probably a little bit overkill. Yes, it's not for the strength aspect. It's more for the versatility of you know, hard to reach areas, and 12-point just makes things a little bit easier. We also got some O2 bungs because right now the car has 4. We're only going to be using 2 of them. We got some DEI, just kind of like some split heat shield for the clutch line, because that's a big area you want to keep safe, because I've seen a lot of people actually melt their clutch lines because they put headers on, they didn't wrap it up. So I am not going to be doing that. And also a starter heat shield blanket, just some cheap stuff from Amazon, but it seems pretty good, so we'll go ahead and see how it fits. This has got to be one of the biggest pet peeves of any kind of mechanic. Look at that. Look how freaking squished those are. Guys, please don't do this. This is terrible. Don't do this. I'm gonna hit you guys with a little pro tip. So your household saran wrap on some nice clean paint, and then a towel over it. No need for some fancy car covers that usually scratch your paint anyway. So saran wrap's gonna keep it nice. You know, you can lay a towel on it and not scratch it with the towel. So just, if you guys didn't know that, now you do. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Engine covers are off. Man, dirty. She's dirty. All right, and then plug wires off, and then basically just start loosening everything up. I'm gonna kind of work from the back forward, so I'll probably take the cat back off, mid pipe off, and then work on each header. Mid pipe and axle back is out. Now I did run into a little issue. You guys can spot it, right? So these are nice and lined up. You know, the factory mid pipe has like an angle to it. You go over to these guys and they're freaking straight. So I already kind of lined these up, so you can clearly see these aren't even lined up at all. And even still, they're off just a little bit, but that's as close as I can get it. So that's definitely gonna be an issue. So I might look into a 3-inch mid pipe. Let me see if I can find one for this kit, or at least something that hooks up to that style, and we'll go from there. Or maybe I could kind of chop up both kits and make one out of it. So if I'd be able to use the factory mid pipe, the only thing it would do is get rid of the X pipe on it and the H pipe, since it's so far forward. So unless maybe, well, you know what, maybe I can. Maybe I can use these collectors, cut it right here, and just use the stock mid pipe back. So a couple options. I'll have to weigh them out. I'm still gonna see if I can find a 3-inch, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. I got the passenger side out. Had to take the cat off of the manifold to get some clearance for it to come out. So now we'll go ahead and clean up that surface. I need to take the starter off to wrap it and go on to the driver's side. All right, for success, you guys. I got the passenger side in, dipstick tube is back in. Got the starter all heat wrapped up there. Go ahead and give you a little underneath the shot. So haven't looked under here just yet, but I can tell that I'm gonna have to do a little massaging on the header itself. But other than that, I mean, everything looks good. So starter's out of the way and everything like that. You guys ever hear that saying that a 20-minute job is a broken bolt away from being a 6-hour job? Well, guess what just happened? So that bolt way in the corner over there just decided to friggin' leave the building after I had all of them in. That was the last one. It just broke off. And then this one, when I started pulling the bolt back out, it got super tight and actually decided to take some of the threads with it. So I was able to tap that hole and it's good now. I ran a bolt into it and out of it a couple times. Same thing with the front one. So we'll go ahead and try this again. Everything was going super smooth today. Passenger side kind of just fell right into place. Driver's side was going pretty good too until that bolt snapped and then just kind of sent me over the edge. I had to take a break and I was just not having a good day after that. There's the culprit. ARP bolt just snapped with a 1/4-inch drive ratchet. I don't know how. I'm just gonna call that a fluke, or this is a bad batch or something, I don't know. We're dealing with a bunch of headaches today. Finally got the driver's side header on, all the plugs and wires back on. Gotta get a new set. The original ones decided to kind of deteriorate on me, so we had some spares. I went ahead and fired it up just to make sure everything runs. I don't know why, kind of just wanted to do it, to be honest. But Austin's down here now, helping his big brother out. Collector's going on. We have our little, what is it called? Extensions, whatever.
Yeah, little extension pipe.
So right now we got the clamps on there. We're just gonna run them for tonight. And then eventually probably weld them up just so they're nice and tight and they never leak. OBX mid pipe with the factory style clamps. So what we did is kind of just measured it up, cut them up, and hopefully, I mean, it looks way better now. It looks like it's actually gonna fit. So just had to kind of double and triple check our measurements, but seems like it's gonna work. So we're gonna continue. As you can tell, it's dark time, nighttime, dark time, whatever. I'm tired. Austin's not. He's gonna stay through the night and finish it for me because he's such a loving, caring brother. No, but we're gonna try to knock this thing out tonight and be done. So our plan worked, and we went ahead and just freaking welded all these stupid connections up so that there's literally just 2 instead of 4, just so there's excuse me, no chance of it leaking. All right, guys, so it's the next day. Austin and I worked up until probably 10 o'clock last night, getting everything buttoned up, getting everything welded up, and basically starting the car for the first time. So we didn't really focus on filming. We're just trying to get it done so we could be done. The only thing I had to do today was kind of reroute the O2 line, or O2 sensor extensions. I'm still gonna kind of tuck that out of the way, but both sides are good, out of the way, nothing near the header. Remember, I got new plug wires coming because those are janky. Probably gonna melt anyway. But looking under here, you can see I took the remaining heat wrap I had from the clutch line and put it on the extensions. And as you can tell, everything's nice and tucked. Not gonna lie, I kind of was a little bit worried just because I didn't know if we were gonna be able to get the tips nice and straight, but they came out pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, first start. Sounds pretty good. Oh, it sounds much better now. So much better. Oh wow, yeah, that sounds really good. Check for leaks. I don't hear anything. Gotta love this about long tubes. Look at all that condensation. So that's going to be a wrap on the Corvette header install, you guys. So I hope you guys learned something, or if not, you just enjoyed watching me struggle half the time. So eBay headers are installed and they actually fit pretty good. So I would actually kind of recommend those. They're OBX, they're on eBay. I mean, you can find them. The only thing we had to do was kind of modify the mid pipe a little bit. But I mean, all in all, that's pretty easy to do. Well, like always, you guys, thanks for watching and thanks for subscribing. Also, if you want one of our hats, our email's down below. Shoot us an email and we'll get you hooked up with a hat. Thanks, guys.